Welcome to the WTIM Morning Show. I'm your host, Avery Cooper. Your stream co-sponsored by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. I'm here in studio with co-coordinator of Taylorville Food Pantry, Pam Moses, as well as program manager of Central Illinois Food Bank, Wes Ridgway. He's new to this role. And public relations manager, Tim Krasinikis. Welcome to the program, everybody.
Pleasure to be with you.
Thank you.
So, Wes, you are new to the Central Illinois Food Bank, I understand?
New to the role. I've
New
been
to
here
the
for
role.
2 years now.
Okay.
Yep.
So, what was your prior role?
Partner resource coordinator. Actually.
Okay.
So a lot of the same responsibilities, just now I kind of oversee more of a broad picture.
So what are those responsibilities that you mentioned?
A lot of the main ones. So working with all of our agencies. So we have over 150 partner agencies. So that's anywhere from a pantry normally, like the Taylorville Food Pantry. But we also have backpack programs, bread lines, assisted living organizations, things like that.
Awesome. You enjoying your new role?
Yeah, it's awesome. I get, like I said, I get kind of a broader picture of everything and kind of see what goes into kind of, the behind the scenes aspect of it.
Pam, this is the first time I've gotten to talk to you. How are you doing today?
Fantastic.
Good. So how long have you been co-coordinator of the Taylorville Food Pantry?
Amy and I started both at the same time, so that would have been the fall of 17.
Fall of 17. So how are things going over at the Taylorville Food Pantry right now?
We're keeping busy. As I was mentioning before we got on air, our numbers are starting to creep back up. Of course, as we said, with high utility bills, high prices at the grocery stores, no more stimulus money. People are back in the need, and probably, if anything, we're starting to see some new folks as well.
Not to mention gas prices. Gosh, guys. Ugh. Anyway,
Very true.
Tim, how's it going over as the public relations side?
Well, it's going good. We're doing our thing and helping to meet our neighbors wherever they may be across our 21 county service region. And what Pam touched on earlier, we're kind of seeing that pattern all throughout our 21 counties that we provide food for. There's a lot of uncertainty right now, a lot of skyrocketing prices, not only at the grocery store, but like you touched on, the gas pump too. So. The important thing is to remember is that, hunger can affect anyone during these times, and we're here to provide for anyone who may need that little extra help.
Wes, do you feel like you've started to see more people at these, these giveaways and the distributions, I should say? They're not giveaway, but distributions.
Yeah.
You're starting to see more people.
The numbers goes up and down, especially with winter. It's sometimes numbers are a little lower just because of the weather conditions, but I think the mobile style that we are doing, where people can stay in their cars, I think that helps a lot.
Yeah. And how often are you guys doing those drive-through distributions?
We're aiming for about 2 or 3 every week, on top of our normally scheduled deliveries to the pantries and agencies. But again, like Tim said, we're in 21 counties, so we're trying to get out there the best we can and help our neighbors.
Right. 2 or 3 per week across those 21 counties.
Exactly.
So eventually, you guys are kind of going around those 21 counties, and we'll make your stop 2 to 3 times a week.
Exactly.
Yep. Right. So do you know when the next one is coming for Christian County?
I'm not sure right now. I'll have to look into it.
That's okay.
I think Christian County, we've been fortunate enough to have a great partner like Taylorville Food Pantry. So we rely heavily on them to get some of these resources into Taylorville and Christian County in general. So they've been awesome in that aspect.
When you have higher energy prices, and that goes for utilities, that goes for gas, etc., do they all kind of share that same sentiment that, hey, everything else is just too expensive for me right now and too important? I need food. Is it kind of that same sentiment from a lot of patrons coming to the food bank and the pantry?
Yeah, I think whenever we host these distributions, I think people are just maybe taking it all in. And I think they're just thankful that we're, coming in the community to provide the best we can for them.
Now, are you guys have any fundraisers coming up here in the near future?
Well, we're always just open to anyone who may want to step in and help our neighbors. Every dollar that's donated to the Central Illinois Food Bank helps us and our partner agencies procure up to 6 meals. So if you donate $5, you're looking at up to 30 meals. So we really stretch the impact of every dollar that's donated. It's so huge. We always ask, of course, people consider holding food drives. Community organizations, if you're looking for a fun way to step up and help your community, that's always a great way to do it. as well as volunteering your time and efforts as well. And Wes at the food bank is overseeing our volunteers there, and we're so thankful for their help as well. So,
And Pam, you had a thought?
Well, yeah, I mean, first we wanted to put a shout out to some recent donations the Pantry's had. The National Honor Society collected and brought us in birthday bags. So something special for the patrons if they have an upcoming birthday. Inside that bag was, of course, the cake mix and even all the goodies down to the plates and napkins. So we want to shout out the National Honor Society. We recently just had a drop from the First United Methodist Church, but upcoming, as you were asking, what is upcoming, and that's scouting for food. I'm sure that happens in more than just our local county, but it is happening here in Christian County, especially in Taylorville. They reached out to us last week. They're going to be passing out the bags for the scouting for food on the 12th, March the 12th. The Boy Scouts will come back on the 19th and pick them up. Last year, I believe, they were over 3,800 pounds of food for the local food pantry. So, again, they'll be dropping off bags, and then all you have to do is fill them, put them back on your porch, and the Boy Scouts will come back and pick them up a week later.
This seems like a really creative spin on a food drive. I really like it.
Yeah, they've been doing it for as long as I've been involved in the pantry. So I think it's been going on for a number of years.
Yeah.
It works out well. I think one of the local grocery stores, I think it was Neiman's, even provides them bags. The bags say scouting for food right on them with the dates and everything. And I think they're used, again, like I said, more than just in Christian County. I believe it's in all over central Illinois, I believe.
Tim, do you have anything to add to that?
Well, that's like you touched on. It's such a great spin on your regular food drive. Kind of makes it more fun and exciting, right? So, we always welcome people doing that. Make it your own. And that's what makes it truly fun. That ownership of food drives and helping your neighbors along the way. So,
have you guys seen something like what Pam is talking about here, like kind of a scout for food? Have you seen that in your other 21 counties?
Well, personally, one of my favorite food drives that we have every year is, Channel 1450 in Springfield has kind of the local Springfield high school teams all kind of band together, and they have sort of a competition. They call it Tackling Hunger, and they just kind of have it as a friendly competition between the students to see, which school rival will come out on top. So, I'm relatively new to the PR role at Central Illinois Food Bank myself. I've only been here for about 7 months now, but, seeing everyone, each one of our neighbors and each one of our partner agencies and communities step up and meet the need has been amazing. So I always love seeing the new ideas that people have. So
Mail carriers used to have one. I know last year was a little bit different with the pandemic. Ours still ended up doing it, I think, on their own because I don't think it was sanctioned like it had been in the past. But usually that's like Mother's Day weekend, the second weekend in May. I have no idea. I haven't heard from them. I'm going to swing that back to you, Tim, on PR. Do you know if the mail carriers are doing that this year?
I have heard of that, but I haven't gotten any confirmed details on that. But as soon as we know something, we'll make sure to let everyone know. So we'll get the word out on that.
So I want to talk a little bit more about what makes a successful food pantry. But first, I wanted to ask you, Wes, if there's anything that you have seen throughout the last few months in terms of types of food drives that you thought were really cool or successful.
I think kind of like what Pam and Tim said, just being creative with it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm more just kind of in awe of people's creativity, just kind of jumping over those hurdles to get the food and get it to people who need it. I think that's kind of what's been most impressive to me.
I'm going to continue that conversation here in just a moment, but first let me reintroduce you all and we'll continue on after this break. You're listening to the WTIM Morning Show. I'm here with co-coordinator of Taylorville Food Pantry, Pam Moses, program manager of Central Illinois Food Bank, West Ridgeway, and public relations manager, Tim Kersinicus. Your stream co-sponsored by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, in Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark.
This is a station editorial. I'm Randall J. Miller, station president. This is a postscript on my editorial written February 16th. Late in the day on February 25th, the Illinois Supreme Court denied an appeal on the school mask mandate filed by Governor Pritzker. This was the final nail in the coffin regarding mandating school masking after it had previously been suspended by a Sangamon County Circuit Court judge and later the Illinois Appellate Court. As the governor drops the mask mandate for the general public on February 28th, they look back at the school mask mandate. These past 2 years are in order. As I've said for most of the nearly 2 years, the school mask mandate has always been a power grab by Pritzker, taking control away from local school boards on what they deem best for their particular students. We've seen government overreach at all levels these past nearly 2 years. Doesn't matter whether it's Democrat or Republican, government has acted like it knew better than we did how to run our schools, our personal health, and basically our life. This all stemmed from the fear all politicians had going into the pandemic that they would get blamed and thus not reelected for killing off grandma plus doing a power grab at the same time. We as voters need to be very, very careful of government, whether it's federal or state in the future. We are a country governed by and for the people. It's not the other way around. And may I again remind not only the governor, but all federal and state officials that it is an election year. And while Americans generally have a short memory, what we've endured these past 2 years will be burned into our memory the rest of our lives, and definitely this year when we go to the polls. The preamble to the Declaration of Independence we all learned in school says it best. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they're endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. May God continue to bless our great country and its people. That's our opinion. We welcome yours. Our email address is editorial@randyradio.com.
This is Janet from Taylorville Estates. Did you know the chances for falls and colder weather increases significantly after age 65 and dramatically after age 75? We have a solution. Come live with us for the winter. Let us do the cooking, the cleaning, and the laundry. Heck, we'll even shovel the snow if you bring your car. We have staff around the clock and we offer support services too. Reduce your risk of falls this winter. Keep your independence and make Taylorville Estates your winter destination. Ask about our winter move-in special. Call us today.
Welcome back to the WTIM Morning Show. I'm Avery Cooper, your host. Your stream co-sponsored by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. I'm here with co-coordinator of the Taylorville Food Pantry, Pam Moses, program manager of the Central Illinois Food Bank, West Ridgeway, and public relations manager, Tim Krasinikis. Talking about food drives, volunteers, donations, all the things to do with food insecurity in the region. Now, we kind of touched on it a little bit with Wes talking about what makes a successful food drive, just the creativity of it. But what else do you feel makes a successful food drive? If I want to put on a food drive and I have no experience doing it, what would you tell me to make sure my food drive is successful?
Well, I would certainly recommend, just getting the word out to as many of your neighbors, friends, community members that if you reach out to various community organizations. To certainly start with the Central Illinois Food Bank. Reach out to us. We can provide you with the materials necessary. We have kind of a wish list of kind of our most in-demand items that we're looking for that we can provide you with. If you apply through us to hold the food drive, we'll kind of help you promote it and provide you anything you may need. But just kind of take it and have fun with it. We were touching a little bit on kind of the competition aspect that we've had with some groups around our 21 counties. I think Pam kind of mentioned a little bit of that too. But yeah, just have fun with it and take it and roll.
Wes, did you have anything to add to your other thoughts before we went to break?
Just on top of what Tim just mentioned, I think just getting the word out and then just emphasizing to, all the community members and all our neighbors, the importance of, what collecting the food is doing. It's going to people that need it, whether it's, just a small bag or it's a whole van full. I think it's the importance of what it's doing is very significant.
And at the Taylorville Food Pantry, what do you have to say about having a successful food drive?
Well, as I mentioned off air, we think any drive is successful, anything that's bringing something through the door. And it doesn't always have to be food. As, Tim had mentioned earlier, monetary works as well. I mean, we purchase things from the Central Illinois Food Bank. They're able to buy quantities because of their size that we end up being able to, utilize their buying power. So that helps us to keep our costs down as well. But yeah, any size works. And, whether it's something like the scouting for food and I mentioned a couple of grandkids, granddaughters to a local church member who brought them every year. They take a little bit of their Christmas money. They go out and they go with their grandma. They purchase what they're going to donate. They bring it in. They get to stock the shelves and see where it's going. They usually do it on a night we're actually having a distribution. So, every little bit helps. And, we don't want to shy away from anybody that wants to reach out and help. And that includes volunteers. We always need, not only do we need food, but we need volunteers to operate the entire pantry. And that's from picking up stuff at the local stores to actually, days of distribution or unloading trucks or helping weigh out as a scouting for food. We'll need extra volunteers on the 19th when they bring those in, because we'll weigh it all in. We'll then sort it to be able to put it out in what we call our little grocery store of a pantry. So if you can't actually donate food, donate your time.
And again, that's the Scout for Food drive going on with scouts in the area collecting food. And
Correct.
19th is when they'll
Deliver.
And then that's when you'll need help for
Yep.
sorting it all and all that stuff. Now, Wes, I know you work a lot with volunteers for the Central Illinois Food Bank. Need volunteers right now? How's it going?
Yeah, we always need volunteers. We're always happy to welcome whoever will come and volunteer their time for us. At the food bank, they are a huge support system for us. Whether it is packing boxes for these mobile distributions, and then whether it's literally jumping in the van and driving 2 hours, to counties across our region to drop it off, whether it's sorting through retail donated food. I mean, they are a huge help to us, and I don't know where we'd be without them, really.
Tim, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, Pam and Wes have touched on exactly everything. Just so important. But, we really want people to remember that, hunger is with us 365 days a year. No matter the time of the year, there's someone out there, one of your neighbors who may need some extra help and support. And we're here to meet them wherever they may be at any time.
Wes, what makes a good volunteer? Or what do they have to offer, I suppose?
I think just willingness to get your hands dirty, I guess, so to speak. Just jumping right in. All of our volunteers are amazing. They always kind of come in with an open mind in terms of where do you need me, and we put them to work. And I think that's the most important thing.
Pam, do you have any thoughts about what makes a good volunteer?
Anybody that shows up. I mean,
at the end of the day, that's what we're all looking for, right?
That's right.
Job, volunteer, etc. So we have about a minute and a half left or so. Pam, I just wanted to give you a chance to give any final thoughts or maybe cover something that I didn't get to.
Well, I mean, first of all, we want to thank all of our volunteers. I mean, we wouldn't be able to operate without them. I mean, we are 100% volunteer organization. We don't have any paid help here at the local food pantry. So, we live on our volunteers. During the snowstorm, one distribution, we had 3 volunteers that showed up, but they helped whoever came through the door. So, I mean, whether we have 3 or 20 that show up on a given day, we want to thank those volunteers. So that's how we survive and be able to get it out. It takes everybody, Yeah.
Wes, any final thoughts?
No, I think just to kind of recap what we've kind of talked about, just whether it's donating, monetary or canned goods, or just donating your time, I think it's all important to us, and we just appreciate all the help we get.
And Tim, final words from you.
Yeah, we just want to say we're so thankful for the continued help and support of our partner agencies, like right here in Taylorville and all across our 21 counties, as well as each of our volunteers who are helping us get out there every day and help meet our neighbors wherever they may be. So
that is Tim Krasiniakis along with West Ridgeway and Taylorville Food Pantry co-coordinator Pam Moses here on the WTIM Morning Show. Thank you all for coming in.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Your stream co-sponsored by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark.